Hola a todos. I'm making this video because I've had some people ask me to make it. The video will just be about common Spanish phrases. Some of my friends have asked me to make it not because they want to learn the language, but just because they want to know some phrases to impress their other friends, I guess. So that's what this video is about. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with like really basic things like hello and all that good stuff. So, hola, hola, hola means hello, not too hard. Buenos días, buenos días, buenos días, buenos días. Buenos días means good morning. The literal meaning of buenos días is good days, if that helps you remember anything. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes, buenas tardes, buenas tardes. This means good evening. Literally, just like buenos días, it means good afternoons, good afternoons. And the same applies to good night. Buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches. Bye. How do you say bye in Spanish? There are a lot of ways to say bye in Spanish, but I think the most common one is adios. 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 It's not two words, it's just one word, but I think it means like to God or go to God or something like that. Growing up speaking Spanish, I never really thought about the literal meaning of it, but I believe that's it. So adios means bye, adios. And this word is used in informal and formal conversations when departing. I always use it. I don't think I use other words. This is the most common one. Adios. So adios. Thank you. Gracias. Thank you. Gracias. 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 Thank you. Straightforward. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. This one means many thanks. Many thanks. Muchas. Many. Gracias. Thanks. Many thanks. Muchas gracias. You're welcome. You're welcome. De nada. De nada. De nada. De nada. This is also like adios. It's actually two words. It's de nada. So, but when you speak, it sounds like one word. De nada. Say it really fast. De nada. And it means like of nothing. Like there's nothing for you to be thanking me of. De nada. There are two ways I've heard people say you're welcome. That one, de nada, and no hay de qué. No hay de qué. No hay de qué. This one, I believe, is a slightly more formal than de nada. I usually use de nada in almost all situations, except when I'm saying you're welcome to someone I don't really know, because it sounds more appropriate. It just sounds more appropriate. But to play it safe, I would just say de nada. Just use de nada when you're saying you're welcome. De nada. De nada. It's applicable in almost every situation. So then, in the next word is sorry, which is perdón, 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 perdón. I might be rolling my R's a little bit more than it's usual, because when in speech you usually don't roll your R's that much. But perdón, 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 perdón. Again, here with the word sorry, in Spanish, there are two ways you can say it. I've seen some people say lo siento. Excuse me. Lo siento. I prefer not to use lo siento because I feel like whenever I hear lo siento, I picture like myself at a funeral telling the person whose loved one passed or whatever, lo siento. Like it feels like that's the appropriate time to say that phrase, lo siento, like giving your grievances to them or something like that. So I don't really use lo siento. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't feel right to me to use lo siento when it's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's usually perdón. Perdón is usually, I would use perdón because I feel like it's more applicable in situations than the other one, than lo siento. So perdón. Next one, excuse me. Here I've seen this one also said in two different forms. Number one, discúlpeme, 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 discúlpeme. The second one is perdóneme, 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 perdóneme. Now I would advise to use discúlpeme and not perdóneme. Perdóneme to me feels like forgive me rather than excuse me. A good example is if you're at an airport and you bump into someone, you would not say perdóneme, you would say discúlpeme more. Like I feel like discúlpeme is too much, asking for too much too much excuse, if that makes sense. Whereas discúlpeme is more appropriate. Yeah, again, open to interpretation. It's just my opinion, and that's just how I feel. And it is what it is. The next phrase is my pleasure. Encantado, encantado, encantado. That's for if a male is speaking, is encantado. If a female is speaking, it's encantada, encantado, or encantada, depending on your gender. And another way to say this one is mucho gusto, mucho gusto. And those I've heard them equally, and I don't see a difference between them. So you can say encantado or mucho gusto. Sorry. To say my pleasure. And then the next one is what is your name? Now there are two ways to say this. There's a formal way and then there's the informal way. The formal way to say it is ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? The usted is optional. You can leave it out. ¿Cómo se llama? And it makes sense. You will be understood as trying to say usted. So you can leave the usted out because it just means you, informal, formal. The other way is the informal way to say what is your name, and that's ¿Cómo te llamas tú? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? And again, here you can leave out the tú part. Means you, informal. ¿Cómo te llamas? Or ¿Cómo te llamas tú? You can leave it out, you can keep it. It's up to you. So to respond, my name is, me llamo blank. Me llamo Alejandro. Me llamo, insert name. You can say your first name or your last name, same. Or you can also say mi nombre es, and then again put your name. Mi nombre es Alejandro. The first one, me llamo, is more like, in English would be like I call myself Alejandro. If you can't get your head around me llamo, then just say mi nombre es Alejandro, or whatever, because that's just my name is, and then your name. So yeah, I think that's it. That was a pretty good list, and I hope this will be of some help to someone out there. And yeah, I will wrap this up now, and I will see you guys some other time.